Hello and welcome back to another Poppy Builds video. Today I am going to be continuing the alphabet challenge with the letter C. C here is for cottage, and that is what I am designing. It also could be a very bad U if you look at it that way, but it is a C. That is the letter of the day, just like Sesame Street. The concept of the build is that it is going to be for a retired couple with a very cottage-esque vibe. I tried to really play into the idea of a grandparent-esque home with a bit of a elderly vibe to it. This is not a very new home, nothing's really been renovated. They only buy new things when the other thing breaks, but otherwise they just keep it, and that is what they have in their house. I also tried not to make anything too, I don't know if this is going to make sense, but you know the concept behind really good cottages? I didn't want to make it too modern, which I think are just so beautiful. Those cottages are so beautiful, and I also did not want to make it too grungy, which I think some cottages can also be. I just wanted it to be a nice in-between with a lot of greenery, warmth, with a really grandma-esque vibe to it, which I hope you see from this build. Now the roof. Gosh, I struggled so hard with this roof. Figuring out the pieces, the layout of all of it, it took ages because I also really wanted the roof to have a cottage vibe to it. And cottages that I've gone outside, guys, and seen some cottages, they have nice sloped roofs, not roofs. They have nice sloped roofs. They're not very modern in the way that their roofs are. They're all more angled, traditional, etc., etc. And with a more hatched / vibe, you know, it's like thatching type of roof. Guys, again, I'm not an architect. I'm still learning terms every day like everyone else in the world, and I think it's thatching, but I don't know the specific material. I know that they would use on a modern day home. I know back in the day they would use straw, probably palm leaves, etc., etc., but I don't know. That's what I was trying to go with this home. So designing the roof took me ages to figure out. For the exterior, I wanted to keep it white and simple. I didn't want to go with blue because I just wanted to have something a little bit different for the cottage. I think a lot of cottages may or may not be blue, and I wanted a white cottage instead. Now the roofing, you can see here, I messed up, and I actually ended up changing it to actually have a thatched roof because this is brick, which I do think looks quite beautiful, but was not the cottage vibe I was going for. I also eventually added another wall in here to break up the kitchen and dining room space, but we will see that in a second. I really like that I just added a little patio spot for the where the empty space of the C was, so you can still see a C in the build, but it gave it a lot more space, and I like how this cottage turned out. I went with these nice paneled windows, gave me cottage vibes. Again, nothing really fancy about them or my decision behind it. I just wanted it to look nice. Now here is where I am designing the exterior. I'm just laying down a few floorings. Guys, I am just so off of it today with the title and words of things. So please, I apologize. I also realized you can't do a diagonal stair, which is awful, and I hope they fix that. So I had to move where the door was, and decided that if I was gonna have to have the door on the side of the wall, that I was gonna have a really nice big patio for it. And it's just like an entryway patio. But then having the stairs full length looked way too regal for me, so I made them a little bit smaller. I also think adding the front patio where the door is helped with the cottage vibe too. I thought it would have been a nice idea to have a overhead roof for it, but it didn't look nice in like my mind, so I decided to go against it. And this is the whole outside is the layout of it, plus one more wall, which we will see eventually. Here is where I figured out, I can change the roofing. So I went with this dark thatching, and I matched the trim, and it made it, I think, look a lot more cottage-y. For the inside flooring and wallpaper, I initially thought I was going to go with this really nice white layout, and then I thought to myself, but why? This is going to be your grandparents' home. How many of your grandparents honestly live in like modern renovated homes? No, they live in homes with dark wood, that like wallpaper that you look at and you go, dang, that might be a little bit out of date. And that's how I decided instead to decorate the interior, by going with a bit more of an out of date wallpaper. And I like how the flooring kind of, I think it matches the siding of the wallpaper. But I think the wallpaper and all is very just grandparent vibe. But I also wanted to keep it a little bit, I don't know how I would say this. I wanted to make sure that it still had like this cottage vibe to me. So I incorporated this grandparent type of vibe with the cottage type of vibe. And for me, cottages have a lot of light to it, a lot of clutter, a lot of cozy feelings to it, a lot of plants. I didn't really play with that concept here with a lot of plants, but that is where I went with instead, with like a grandparent plus cottage vibe to this whole entire build. So for the bedroom, I tried to keep really muted brown tones in it, and I added this really nice blue accent rug. And I was able to use these gorgeous pieces, the side table and the closet, from the new update. And don't they look gorgeous? And the answer is yes, I want to own this side table so badly, or entryway table, whatever you like to call it. And here I am trying to add a little bit of plants into the build. And so I snuck in a few little stone plants, which are decent. Not top notch, but not bad notch. I recently watched a sim like stop motion build, and they used so many plants and they were so gorgeous, and then I cried to myself because they were not in-game content, they were all custom content, and I got sad. Because I try not to download too many custom content things. I haven't downloaded any yet, just because I like to make sure that all the builds I make, most people will have a lot of the packs I have, and if not, it's easy to find something to replace, which is the same thing you can say for a custom content. But I'm also genuinely afraid it will break my laptop, which, fun fact, my new laptop has been freezing 24/7. Like, it's less than 4 months old, and I'm I will be taking it into the store to fix it, whereas my old laptop that is now 6 years strong, yeah, it's slow, but it is a reliable little piece of technology. My new laptop, I'm angry. So anyway, that will be going into the store soon. So maybe once I get that fixed, I will download some custom content, especially so I can get all the cute plant ones. And I've seen so many gorgeous kitchen custom content that I love. How do you guys feel on that note about the kits that have just come out? I don't like them. I don't like it. I'm sad. They're too expensive. I already thought that the stuff packs were too expensive for what they had. I mean, think about the what is the luxury one? It's like 3 pieces of furniture and like 4 dresses. I thought that was way too expensive already. So these kits I am not happy about them. They look like they could just be free expansion updates. That is my opinion, and maybe it will change, but for now, I am not happy. That is my opinion! Anyway, for the living room, again, I wanted to go with a little bit of grandma-esque vibes with these bookcases, but I decided to actually modernize their living room set, like the couch and the side pieces, because I think that's like something you would update when you live. And this family's got money, so they have enough money to update their couches. And plus these couches just look so nice and scream cottage to me. I wanted initially to make them a beautiful light blue, which again, so cottagey, but decided to keep a bit more with the grandma and grandpa-esque vibes, because the family I created to be in this house have a grandma and a grandpa. They're so cute, but they're retired. So their living room has to be nice and cozy, because this is where they spend quite a bit of their time. You see that little chess table in the corner? I made it orange. I've never made it orange before. I love it. And I put in a little knitting basket / bag. It's a bag actually, because what grandparents don't knit? Mine didn't knit. I knit though, so if I ever become a grandparent, I will have quite a few knitting bags. And I thought, well, this family, one of the grandparents absolutely knits, so they had to have a knitting bag. Here I am again trying to mess around and add some nice plants into this little space. Again, these are from Nifty Knitting. I actually literally have never played with the Nifty Knitting pack, but I use the stuff from it all of the time. I genuinely love everything from that pack. And it is, I mean, like, I've played like once or twice with the Nifty Knitting, but I've never like played it through, if that makes sense. I don't know, I've never leveled up knitting, so I normally just use the debug items from it. And I actually really do like the things from that pack. So here we are. This is going to be the kitchen. So the entryway is going to be directly into kitchen. The kitchen is where I decided, okay, we're gonna need another wall because it was too big otherwise. I didn't want them to have a massive, massive kitchen. It was just 2 people in here. They're not big cooks. Maybe they order out a lot. So I wanted the kitchen to just be this little space instead. I kept with the brown vibes in here and decided that they probably would have modern appliances. They may be elderly, but don't have old appliances. Because I told you, they're rich. They retired rich enough that they can have nice new appliances and whatever they want. They just choose not to. I think these orange chairs also look quite great in this little dining room space. And here I thought it would be nice also to have another brown little side table with a few more Nifty Knitting items. Again, I use the stuff from Nifty Knitting all the time. I love the octopuses and the turtles. The strawberry turtle is so adorable. That one's my favorite currently. But this is the kitchen. It is just nice and simple. I didn't want to add too much clutter to the kitchen or this house in general, which like goes against everything I think of about cottages. But the longer I built it, the more I was like, okay, maybe this family is very like specific about what they want in their home. So it's a lot of handmade items and items that they found whilst they were traveling, such as the Solani vases that you can see in their bedroom. Maybe they used to live in Solani and then eventually retired to be closer to family or further away from family, or, you know, just a change of scenery. I also gave them some teacups because this what set of grandparents do not drink tea? Don't come at me if your grandparents don't, because they all do. I swear to you. If you never see them drink tea, they do it in the middle of the night. That's when it happens. Here is going to be the dining room. Again, keeping with these brown vibes for the cottage. It's a brown cottage, okay? I like it. It reminds me of like a grandparent's home. It really does. I definitely do think that where the bathroom is and the bedroom is very strange, but working with the C layout meant that there had to be a few awkward little spots. I do think that the dining room is maybe my least favorite room in this build, mainly just because it's boring. It's just got a dining room and that is it. I decided not to add a bar or anything in here just because I just didn't think the grandparents would have it, and I really wanted them to have a hutch, but I wish we had like a bigger one. So I did eventually add this one, but it kind of looks a bit smaller in the space, so I wish there was a bigger one for them to keep their fine china in. And again, trying to add a few plants here and there just to really make it a cottage with all these plants. Again, this is a pretty basic extension room, I'm not gonna lie. Here is going to be the second bedroom. This bedroom is going to be for, again, when family and or friends come and visit, plus a little space for their study. So you can definitely download this home and play it for a family with 1 or 2 kids and renovate this room, or make it like a home for 2 to 4 Sims that live together. You get what I mean. You can do anything you want with this bedroom, but look at that desk and that chair. If that is not like... I literally feel like I am in my grandparents' house with that chair, I'm not gonna lie, and that desk. That's... it screams to me grandparents. So that's why I had to add it, because again, this is like a cottage but for your grandparents instead of like a modern cottage. And I do absolutely and utterly love this bed in the room because it does brighten up the space and it looks just nice in general. But come on, that little computer section, iconic, absolutely iconic. So this second / spare room is definitely a where they just keep their extra stuff. So all of their extra knitting things are in here along with their computer space. I also can't tell you why it was really dark. I think it's just the way the light hits this lot, but it is fully lit. For this little patio area, I wanted it to just be a garden. They are really into gardening. That's it. That's the whole entire design premise of the outside. That is the patio. I thought maybe that adding some more plants would be nice, but I went against it. I didn't want to clutter up the space too much. And for the front area, I just wanted one little chair just to show it was like an entryway, and that was that. And now for the landscaping / exterior, my cottage absolutely and utterly needed planters, and I decided to stick with the concept of a blue cottage by adding blue planters, which looks quite nice. And a little chimney. I also added a little chimney, which looks adorable. I wanted the landscaping of this specific build to just completely overpower the space. I wanted everything that was not the house to be landscaped, to have some sort of greenery in it. There you can see my other little sim. He's just chilling over there. He's probably gonna get rolled over by some trees soon, but he's there. Because I think cottages are surrounded by so much greenery. I struggled a little bit back here and ended up not being able to add any because it just glitched, as you can see. So that little spot there, I had to do a different landscaping, which was not what I wanted, but was what had to happen. I also wanted to do like a lot more trees and hanging vines, but we don't really have those things in The Sims, and so I did not add them. Which, as you can see here, instead I just went with some nice, very simple plants and a lot of grass and bushes. Whoa, that was a bit crazy just then. And I added, of course, a knitted mailbox, and lastly a green rubbish bin. And that is the whole entire build. So let us go and tour this beautiful C is for cottage. Here we are in the kitchen / transitional space. Really just a nice little kitchen. It's quite modern marble, honestly, and I like it. It is very simple. This is the living room with the orange chess table. How cute, how cute. And a little yellow lamp to brighten up the space. I really do think this whole entire build screams C is for cottage, that your grandparents would live in. Here is the spare bedroom. Again, another beautiful, lovely yellow bed, and that mammoth of a chair. Now we are walking back out through the living room into the kitchen, and into our very simple dining room. Also, you could definitely get rid of the dining room and make this a playroom space or whatever you want. Here is the bathroom. I did play test the bathroom. You can get in and it works. And then this is the grandparents' bedroom. There is the grandma, hello, goodbye, and their bedroom with mainly brown tones. Nice and simple. And then outside we have our gorgeous patio garden space with a lot of critters to nurture. That is the whole entire build. C is for cottage, and I really hope you liked it. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you like what I am building, and that you can find all of my builds on the gallery at poppybuilds. Thank you. Bye!